Wanted to do a quick overview of the Chargepoint network of chargers and what services and products they offer and how you can take advantage of this if you have a Tesla Model 3 that you've already got in your possession, or you're waiting to take delivery and want to know how you're going to charge the Tesla because you don't want to be traveling out to a supercharger all the time, or if you're using a different EV like a Nissan Leaf, a Ford Focus Electric, or even a Chevy Volt or a Prius Prime, which are kind of these plug-in hybrids. So ChargePoint, if you're not aware, is a network of charging stations across the country. A lot of these are available throughout the country at parks, beaches, places of work, universities, shopping centers, parking garages, and quite frankly are really convenient. This is what their charger looks like. You can actually get one installed in your house. They have them on Amazon. They're selling them for about $600, and you can get about 25 miles per hour charging using a ChargePoint charger. It's a 240 volt, which there are some other 240 volt chargers out there, but ChargePoint is just really convenient, just because of how big their network is, and they've been around. They're not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about ordering something that won't exist in a few years' time. So I just wanted to walk through what their desktop looks like when you have an account and you log in. First of all, you're greeted with this map where you can go ahead and find the nearest location. They also have a mobile app where you can go ahead and find a location with chargers. And quite frankly, in California, it looks like they have almost 4,000 charging locations. So that's quite a bit. If you're in California, it's really convenient. Even Washington State has over 500, really, really convenient. And they're really everywhere. They're at Whole Foods, they're at a lot of places of work, for example. And a lot of workplaces offer this for free for their employees. So I know a lot of the big tech companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon offer these chargers free of charge for their employees, which is a great resource for employees because, hey, not only do you get to help the environment by going electric and being more efficient, you get to do that for free and take your savings with the electric vehicle even further. So I just wanted to go walk through some of the stats that I've had since I've used ChargePoint. I've been using ChargePoint since 2015, before I even got my Model 3. I had the Ford Focus Electric, and that's when I signed up for ChargePoint, and I've continued using ChargePoint with the Model 3. So you can actually see my charging behavior, but we're going to go ahead here and put it in all the way back to June of 2015 when I first opened an account, and going to go ahead and look to today. Just click update, and it's that simple. And on the each blue line here is each day that I'm charging, and you can see prior to getting the Tesla, I was rarely going over 22, 23 kilowatt hours in a day. That's because that was the capacity of the vehicle, was 23 kilowatt hours for the Ford Focus Electric. The Tesla Model 3 is at 75 kilowatt hours, and since I've received the car and taken delivery, charging a lot more because I'm making more weekend trips, not having as much range anxiety, whereas before I was getting anywhere from 70 to 80 miles on a charge. Now I'm getting 300 plus, so I don't have to worry about making a longer trip. And you can really see that in the graph, so it's kind of startling just looking at it. Now looking at the monthly view, last month I used about 293 kilowatt hours, which roughly, using our handy dandy calculator here, at 26 cents a kilowatt, which is what we're paying in California, it translates into about $76. It's quite a bit of savings for 1 month of electricity savings. Over my entire lifetime, I've used about 4,812. So over the last 3 years, saved about $1,250. So if your employer offers this, you have to sign up. You have to take advantage of this, and it's just really convenient. A lot of cities and municipalities actually offer free charging for a few hours, or offer premium parking spots if you're charging, or discounted charging rates. So you might be able to charge at 12 cents a kilowatt hour for the first 2 hours. So if you're out running errands, doing some shopping, for example, a lot of Whole Foods have ChargePoint kiosks. you can actually go ahead and top up your charge while you're out doing groceries, which is really convenient. The other thing I wanted to mention is their kiosks are really, really easy. Their kiosks look just like this right here. And all you have to do is have the Chargepoint app installed on your phone, and you can just walk up to the kiosk, and there's a little screen there. Hold your phone up to it. If your phone has NFC, which the Apple iPhone has, which Samsung phones have, the Google Pixel has, all these, flagship phones have these. You just hold it up, it'll recognize the account, and then it'll give an audible beep and unlock the charger. You'll pull the charger out. If you have a Model 3, you want to use the adapter that comes with the car and just plug it in. You might be asking, okay, so all right, I get this. It sounds great, but how long is it really going to take me to go ahead and charge this? So I wanted to look at today's charging session. So today I actually got into the parking spot and was at about 33% charge left after the weekend on the Model 3, and I had to plug it in. So I plugged it in the morning and got almost 47 kilowatt hours of energy accumulated throughout the day. That's over about 7.5 hours. And so you really, go ahead and multiply that by 7.5 hours by the 25 miles an hour that I'm getting. You can see that I got about 175 miles added back, got back up to the 90% threshold that Tesla recommends charging to, and had the car ready to go at the end of the day with the full charge. And it's really easy, really convenient to use. All you have to do is make an account and then set up a connection. So what that means is if your employer offers it, you'll probably need to find your employer on this list and click connect. So what that looks like is you can go ahead and request, for example, A9 offers 3 hours of charging for employees. So you click request, and you have to agree to their terms and submit the request. I'm sure they check your email address to verify that you're an employee, and somebody approves it. And once it's approved, it shows up as approved in the status here, and you can actually charge and have that available. So other places also offer all EV drivers discounted rates for the first 5 hours. As you can see, this is one that I have pending, or offer free access to customers. And you can just go ahead and apply for these, whether or not you're nearby or not. And it's really great to have that access. And if you don't have an organization and don't have a connection code, that's okay. You can do pay per use. And based on whatever the charging rate at that kiosk is, you can just have it go ahead and debit from your credit card, just like a toll booth pass would, or it just automatically tops up. I recently over the weekend saw at Target had a couple of these kiosks, and you can go ahead and just charge up at Target even. So it's a really convenient little system here. Their stations really follow a lot of the major highways. There's a lot of them available. It's really easy to use. I highly, highly recommend their app. Really intuitive. And it's just been a great boon to have this. It's saved me over $1,200 over the last few years, and it can save you a lot of money as well. So highly recommend this. Check it out. Not getting paid to say this, so please go ahead, look at this, take it for what it's worth, and try to use it for for your convenience. When you're out watching a movie, plug it in, come back, have a topped up EV ready to go. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your experiences are. Would love to hear if you use Chargepoint or if you use other apps out there. I know there's PlugShare and other apps that have similar networks, and maybe I'll go through some of those later. But I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you think. If you're using Chargepoint, what are some of your experiences like? We'd love to hear that in the comments. Thanks, everyone.